Yo. Let me know if you got me. Ooh, Solar Mike. I don't know. I think Rita Wilson got you. What's up, Rita? What you been up to, man? What you been doing, Rita? What's happening? So I said I was gonna come back. El Boki, what up? I said I was gonna come back. I was here last night. I'm gonna keep my word. One thing I try to do is keep my word. Speaking of keeping my word, though, I need to at least text Doc. K Money, what up? Told y'all I was coming back through this joint. I probably thought I was in bed. It's Friday night, man. We can party tonight. Y'all want to party? Oh, man. Hold on real fast, y'all. I'm gonna have to I need to sign into one of my real estate joints real fast and text this homeowner. I was supposed to call him back and I didn't do it. So when I said keep my word, I gotta do that, man. Hold on, y'all. But in the meanwhile, do me a favor, man. Hit the thumbs up so we can alert the algorithm, so we can let people know. Hopefully tonight we can get in there. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. They kind of chopped your boy though. I ain't really too satisfied. I ain't really too satisfied with it. I got my people telling me something over here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me send this text message out. Let me see. What's his phone number? 484. Hey, Doc, this is Noble. My apology. Apology that I did not call you back. Hold on, y'all. Title did call. Settled for the 24th. I will call you in the morning. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah. So thumbs up. Come on. What's up, Phil? What's up, Andrea Gray? What's happening? Queen Washon Bivens. What's happening? Solar Mike, what's good, man? Yeah, your boy got a fresh one. Can't be woofing too hard. He chopped me though, man. I'm spinning. Woo, he's spinning. Getting bald. Am I getting bald head? That's that old people shit right there, man. God damn, I tell you. All right, man. Let's get this party started, man. Let me cut this heater down a little bit right here. All right, man. So, yesterday I think we had a real great conversation. It's one of my favorite subject matters when we dealing in the realm of karma. We talking about action, right? We really talking about cause and effect and understanding the effects, meaning we got to understand the root of causation, right? That's dealing with action. And so there's one thing yesterday we was talking about in a sense where Paramahamsa Yogananda was talking about how when a person is born based upon the heavenly alignment that is most congruent with the person's karma. Okay. So this is very interesting. And then we have to get to the point where we not only understand the karma, but how can we speed up the space-time continuum? All right. So, K Money, no, I've seen it in theory. It's my mind can't even wrap around it when we say holographic. It can and it can't. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can get into that a little later. All right. But I haven't physically read it. So how can we speed up the space-time continuum? Okay. So I've mentioned before last night in closing that if you really observe the moon, we are in for a great treat. Okay. If we can understand the moon, we're in for a great treat. That treat is knowing that it takes what appears to be a year for the sun to be in front of Leo season. That's once a year. Virgo season, once a year. Cancer season, once a year. Every single month, the moon goes there. So she allows us to speed up time and space because the space is just a location. And so if we're measuring the sun, happy 4th of July, happy New Year. What's your New Year's resolution? You do this once a year. And on New Year's, for example, the great alignment takes place where it's Sirius, the Earth, then the sun. They're in the straight line just like that with the Earth in the middle. And this is the only time, because remember, the Earth could be, to... All right, man, hold on. Just going to have to draw some things tonight. So let's just go into a little bit of class session so you can see what's happening now here, right? All right. So Sirius is going to be my 6-pointed star. This is going to be the Earth. And it's going to be a big old circle right here. And then technically what's happening is the sun is in the middle of... Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that. Okay. So what's happening? The Earth is in the middle right here. And this is January the 1st. This is Sirius. This is our sun. Okay. So this is January the 1st. So the Earth could have been here, all the way at the bottom, all the way around the other part of the solar system. The Earth is right here on January the 1st. So this is the only time of year. Elmani, what up? Adrian Nicole, what's happening? Scientific Mystic, what's good? All right, this is the only time of year that the Earth is passing in between Sirius and the sun. This is it. Now, I always like to give reverence to something very important to show you how real this is because our elder, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, who wrote the ISIS papers, she actually made her transition one year. The year she made her transition, it was like what, January the 3rd, 4th, something like up in that little pocket. The same time, again, the Earth is passing in between Sirius. That's interesting because she wrote the Isis paper, and Isis is pretty much the goddess of Sirius. Okay, so when the Earth got in perfect alignment with what's called our sun, she was like, I'm out of here. I broke out. Okay, so then I always like to raise the question, well, where did she go? So it's obvious where she went. Okay, so this happens once a year, just once a year. That light is beaming on it, right? Probably can't see it. All right, so that light once a year. But the moon every month is right there. Every month, the moon is right there. Every single month. So here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen, in a sense. If this alignment was a let's just say if it was a malefic thing such as 9/11 or something, right? Now the space itself has memory. Trust me. The space itself has memory. If you were God or you were the projector of the holographic universe and you were sitting back watching a movie on Earth, then you would know on July the 4th every year, you can expect for that thing down there called Earth, you're going to see all these fireworks. If you was looking at the Earth like from a satellite, what I call God vision, you're going to see this, you're going to see these lights popping off. So if you was an alien, you would be like, shit, it gets a little jiggy come July 4th. Also, January the 1st, which is the opposite of July 4th, this is when you start to hear pistols. Pop, 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 pop. So you start hearing the sound. Gunpowder starts to explode. And see, ladies and gentlemen, what happens is on January the 4th, technically, the Earth is now over here. Okay? Because it's completely opposite. So now, technically, you will still have Sirius, right? You will have the sun in the middle, right? And now the Earth is over here. Come July 4th, here go the sun in the middle still because the Earth is always going around it, and Sirius is way over here. So every time there's a three-way relationship, okay? Every time your amigos get together right here, this is your real three amigos and your three wise men. This is it. So when they're talking about the three wise men in the Star of Bethlehem, what they're really talking about is this three-way alignment that's taking place. Hence, the wise men studied the stars and they was able to find the Messiah. Now, you tell me by looking at a goddamn star how you going to find a single person on the earth. Okay? So it's talking about something else here. Okay? All right. And so these phenomenons in our calendar system is simple. It is based upon the Earth-Sun relationship. So it's a solar relationship. It's a masculine relationship because the sun deals with masculinity. The slight issue that we have is space is being programmed with positive and negative events, but it takes a whole year to get there. But the moon comes and she gets there every single month. So now she's our space-time accelerator. Now, this is where you have to be studious enough, okay? You have to be studious enough to be able to understand that the moon is a neutral entity. She's a rogue. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by a rogue, okay? Her and Mars is like motherfucking Bonnie and Clyde, okay? Because as we show you, when the moon is with Mars, she going to act like Mars. When she's with this one, she going to act like, so it's known as a neutral body, okay? Whereas Saturn and Mars was known more as the malefics, negative radiation. Sun and Venus was more of the beneficent, positive radiations and whatnot. The moon was known as neutral. So she going to ride with whoever she riding with, okay? All right. Now, since it's neutral and it's a satellite closest to Earth and it sends and receives information via waves, gravitational pressure, okay? Now, what you can do is you can simply, one, understand how to map out space. So if we're saying again, 9/11 was a horrible event. Well, 9/11, let's just say the sun is approximately 20 degrees Virgo, okay? All right. Well, now we can wait for the moon to get 20 degrees Virgo once a month, and now we can do a collective re-imaging, okay? You send that meditative thought, you can reconstruct things any way you want to. Okay, this is the time that you're supposed to cast the negative energy in there when something is occupying a space that used to be negative. So the thing is in mathematics that we know that a positive plus a negative will neutralize itself out to a zero, right? If you're just dealing with addition, the laws change as the dynamics of the function change. But a simple addition, in a sense, right? They cancel each other out. So that negative event can get canceled out by doing something positive on that particular day. Now you just canceled it out. Now you got to wait for the next month to get a positive charge because the first month was a zero. And depending on how much negativity was there, and I had proved this in the crane accident when I showed y'all on one of these shows, that it took 14 years after 9/11, which would have been 2015, exactly on 9/11, a crane fell on the masjid, on the mosque in Mecca, and it killed 111 people because a wind all of a sudden came and knocked it down. But the truth of the matter is the wind, especially when you go to the Bible, the wind has always been synonymous with what? Spirit, right? And thus God blew breath or spirit into man. He became a live being. So breath and air has always been synonymous with spirit and thought. Hence, the air signs are the thinkers of the zodiac, the Gemini, the Aquarius, and the Libra. I don't know about Libra. They're more of a water air sign. But for sure, Gemini and Aquarius are by far your thinkers of the zodiac. Hands down. This is why, again, the culture love Outkast, Aquemini. They're considered to be the greatest duo ever in rap history, period. Bars none. No two dudes can do it better than Outkast. Aquarius and Gemini. Okay, that's what that energy looks like. Okay, which is now morphed into understanding the Aquarian age that we're into right now. And now you will see, okay, the outcast of conscious community or consciousness by far is Minister Jew and Noble Ampu, the outcast, because we don't roll in the circles and then, you know, we just do what I do. And the conversation and the shit that we talk about is so far fetched and out there. You would be like, I remember on one show, somebody said in the comments on somebody's show we was on, man, these space cadet niggas ain't about the revolution. And I just laughed at that shit, right? These space cadet niggas ain't about the revolution of our people. They looking at such the pain and the people in the struggle, brother. So when you start talking about consciousness itself and thoughts and planets and shit, that shit is like far-fetched to some people, right? And so little do you know that we actually use that same shit and we can pick somebody and show you how we can hit somebody just based off thought alone, okay? Especially when we size them up heaven-wise. It's game over. All right. So anyway, moving on. So we can literally now speed up time in our regular system by understanding the moon. And what we want to do is send positive energy consistently. Because on that 9/11 thing that happened, 9/11 to 2015, when that crane fell, that took 14 years of consecutive negative emotion to bubble. That's serious shit, okay? I showed on that video how if on this paper, let's just say this is Saturn right here, 14 years, Saturn would now move over here directly opposite where it was. And that's called Saturn opposite Saturn. But in truth, what you have to know about the opposition, see, the space-time continuum is about tracks, especially the pairs. So the pairs are the opposites, right? You got Aries, Libra. That from our viewpoint, it looks like they're in opposition to one another while we're on Earth. But if you're looking like you're the projector, again, of the holographic universe, and you God, and you looking at the solar system, then that whole lane of Aries and Libra is one thing. It's a straight line. It ain't no opposite. But see, on our viewpoint, it looked like, oh, the sun just went down in the west in Aries, and now Libra is coming up. With the full moon in Libra is coming up in the east. That's how it looks. But from the God perspective, the holistic view of it, no. That whole thing is straight. You see what I'm saying? So what happened is we got space stations, okay? And the space stations are the pairs, okay? The pairs. So Aries, Libra is a pair. Taurus, Scorpio is a pair. Gemini, Sag is the pair, right? Cancer, Cap is the pair, okay? And then we come down to Leo, Aquarius is the pair. And then the last pair is Virgo, Pisces. That's the last pair. That's everybody, okay? So those are the 6 pairs, okay? The straight line of space, okay? So from our viewpoint on Earth, trust me, it looked like they're opposites. But if you go further than Earth and look back, now it looks like it's a straight line. You dig? So we're talking about how to get outside of the circle by using perception. That's the name of the game. How to get outside of the circle by using perception. So when you started studying science, or the math rather, and you start dealing with the circumference of a circle, you start dealing with the diameter of a circle, which is the straight line that goes through the circle, and the radius is halfway through the circle because the radius is half of the diameter. How do you calculate circumference when you have diameter or radius? It's going to be times. To get outside of the circle takes power. To time something, this is why magnifying glasses or microscopes or telescopes tell you 4 times zoom, 6 times zoom. So the times magnifies because it takes force to get outside of the orbit like a rocket. If you want to get inside of the circle and figure it out, because if you get circumference, the outer side of the circle, and you're trying to figure out what the radius is or what the diameter is, the inside of the circle, you have to inverse the operation and do what? Divide to get inside. So multiplication takes you out, divide brings you in. And it makes sense because division is just a fancy form of subtraction. Subtraction and division is going to keep reducing you back down. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? This is why Islam is mathematics. Mathematics is Islam. Okay? Stands true. You can prove it at no limit of time. Okay? That's why you must go out and use your mathematical theology, man. All right. So now we can speed it up with the thoughts. Now, that's just once a month, though. I promised you last night I was going to show you a little something because you have to deal with the energy inside of moi, inside of you. Okay? You ready? Because the outside zodiac wheel is a correspondence to cosmic man and cosmic woman. What do you mean by that? Aries rules the head. We can just deal with body parts and not even systems yet. Aries is the head. Taurus is the throat. Gemini could be shoulders and arms, okay? Cancer is the chest, breast. Leo could be back, spine, heart. Okay? Come on down to Virgo. We get more into the intestines, right? We come into Libra. We can deal more with the kidneys. We come down to Scorpio. We get down to the sexual reproductive organs. We come down to Sag. We get to them thighs, hips. We come to Capricorn. We get to them knees, right? We come down to Aquarius. We get down to them ankles. We get to Pisces. We get down to them feet. Now, all this could be personified as well inside of the bodily systems, right? So, for example, if you Leo and Leo deals with the heart, then the heart deals with what? We're talking now circulatory system, yay? Virgo, digestive system, right? Then we deal with Libra, kidneys, urinary system, skin and bones. We talking Capricorn, what they call that, skeletal system, and that's a fancy word, what they call it, integumentary system, when you're dealing with the skin system. Gemini, air sign, lungs, respiratory system. I like to give Aquarius nervous system. Sometimes I can go to Gemini. They interchangeable, okay? And it's something that's interesting with that. On the Tree of Life, these are the only two cards, when you understand the Tree of Life, that they allow some interchangeability to occur with. Everybody else be fixed, but Gemini and Aquarius, they morph with each other. Okay. All right. So the systems of the human body function is a reflection of zodiac. So therefore, technically, cosmic man and cosmic woman is the entire zodiac. However, it definitely stands true that if your sun, whatever your sun sign is, as long as you don't have a group of planets in another sign that's more than the one sun sign planetary placement, then you're going to personify your sun sign. But if you got a cluster of energy somewhere else, then that energy is going to be more prevalent as well inside of your reality. Okay? All right. So everybody is cosmic man, cosmic woman. Okay? So what has to happen is we have to, the further the planet is out there, the longer its rotation around. So we just saw that Pluto just finished what, a 248-year journey from where it was at the founding of this nation, July 4th, 1776, up to now. Whatever, how much math that is, whatever that is. Pluto just made full circuit, is now right back in the same spot where it was when this country had its independence. Okay. Interesting. Look at the state of the country right now, because space is intelligent. Last time it was here, Pluto was like, oh shit, the Brits and these new people, the colonies are fighting. There's a war. There's bullets going off. There's cannons going off. Well, space is intelligent, ladies and gentlemen. And now Pluto is here again. And now you feel like we on the brink of a civilian civil war. This time it don't look like it's going to be government going against the people, or the people going against government. It looks more like it's going to be a clash of ideologies between the Bidenites and the Trumps. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, this weekend is going to be very interesting, because tomorrow is the Million MAGA March. Ooh, they jumped straight into Minister's Lane. Million Man March. Tomorrow is the Million MAGA March. Okay. And you still got this nasty alignment out here. So this is going to be very interesting tomorrow. All right. So now let's get into the body, because we know that the systems of the planets are within you. And me and you, your cousin and your mama too. All right, let me find this diagram so you can see a little bit of. Oh, here's a good quote, man. And I'm coming out this Kriya Yoga by my guru. This is my guy, man. He teaches me from the other side, man. He come into my dreams and shit. Jumping in my damn bed. Paramahamsa Harinanda, coming out of Kriya Yoga, and he talked about the fire ceremony. Okay, so you have the external, the external ritual is nothing more than a way to do two things. One, change the molecular structure of the atmosphere, whether it's through sound and smell, right? It's to change it, but that's to awaken your senses, to heighten them, which now heightens all of your senses. So if I blindfold you and I bring you into a dark room and there's candles lit, but you don't know, the anticipation of your senses of not knowing what's going on is heightened. And now that's very, very important, because we need to raise the electrical force inside of you, hence your senses. Your central nervous system is sending maximum electrical impulses, and you are alert. So the external ritual of incense in the environment mood setting is to sharpen your attention. It's the same thing in lovemaking. So if we, rose petals, silky, sheets, candles, bubble bath, whatever it may be, right? Aromatherapy, it is to sharpen your awareness, to increase it, right? That's one. All right. But see, the external is just getting you to do something internal. Okay. So the real fire ceremony is when oxygen is coming into the brain and there's a conversion between oxygen and the carbon that's about to come out, there's an explosion that's taking place. That's the fire ceremony. The fire ceremony is something that is taking place inside of the body, especially here, the cranium, upon breath. Okay, so it's just not you going to the puja fire ceremony and throwing your dreams inside of a fire or burning up the negativity with somebody because you don't want to be with them no more and you're gonna put it in the fire. Okay, that's not what that really is. It's the fire that's taking place inside of you must accompany the physical ritual. Okay, all right. So let me find this diagram for you, so we can speed on up. As my man Bobby would say, y'all all right? Y'all good in the chat? Y'all all right? If y'all all right, put some thumbs up there. Let me see the thumbs up go. Alert some people, but let me know if you all right. And let me get my diagram ready. That's that one. Ain't the one I'm looking for. Where's my damn diagram? I'm gonna have to use another one that's in here. Good. All right. Here we go. All right. So this one here, this one here is dealing with the moon science. Okay. I give you the moon. When my son was little, he used to be so cute. He used to be like, see the moon? See the moon? All right. So I hope you can see this. Can you see this? Can y'all see it? So the new moon is at the base of the spine. And what's going to start to happen is your so-called chakras will represent a phase of the moon till it becomes full at the top. So pretty much from new moon to full moon, which is 14 days approximately, when the moon is in this growing phase, it is climbing up the tree within inside of you. Then after the full moon, it is decreasing, coming back down until it reaches the new moon phase again. You do not have to wait for the physical moon. Here's the beauty of why man can be and woman is considered God. You do not have to wait for the physical body. Because what you're going to do, I'm trying to find a solar rendition of it too. That sucks. Where's my phone at? Let me see something. Oh man, you serious? Hold on, y'all. Here we go. All right. I hope y'all can get this from my phone. Can y'all get that? Woo, there we go. All right. So now January is at the bottom. Okay. February is climbing up. March is climbing up. April is climbing up. May is climbing up. June is climbing up. July is back on the front side of the head. Because when the summer solstice is when it's like what? June 21st, June 22nd, the sun appears to be at its highest peak if you're in the northern hemisphere. That's the key. Where you're at on the planet is the key. If you're in the northern hemisphere, June 21st, 22nd, this is the summer solstice known as St. John's Day in the Masonic pantheon. They're studying the ascension of the sun. This is a solar science and a lunar science. And it's just a cosmic science. Okay? So at the highest point, summer solstice, now the energy is here. And then after the summer solstice, what happened after the first day of summer? The days start to become shorter. So now you notice come 4 o'clock, the sun is already in the western sky, about to set at 4 something. Whereas before in the summer, 9 o'clock, 9:15, the sun was more further west, or what we see west look like west going north, right? So after the summer solstice, immediately the sun starts to decrease, right? Until we hit the equinox of fall. Okay, so now technically what you can do is you can take these 6 energy centers, not 7, 6 energy centers, and the 6, because what I tell you, the 6 have a pair. 6 times 2 is 12, the zodiac sign. So the 6 centers really represent a pair. So if you start at the bottom, whatever month you want to give it, climb up, June at the top, then we're going to climb back down, July, August, September, October, November, December. And you're creating this loop. But you do not have to wait, because if you wait on a monthly basis, dealing with the sun, you will spend 30 days, and that's fine too, because I did this in the class I taught called the Cosmic Light Body. That's cool. And really, you should, because you got to get comfortable and acclimated enough. There's people who do this thing all day and day to reach a certain stage of enlightenment. So 30 days is nothing. Okay? So you can do 30 days on a chakra, and I'm going to talk about chakras in a minute, right? And you can stay in that particular zone of where you at. But the truth of the matter is, when you concentrate simply on breath and coach it through imagination, okay, visualization of going up and down the spine through the centers, this is starting to speed up the process within you, but it's not a speeding up the process of one that gets you old. Because remember, in something in real estate investing that has something to do with the speed of thought, right? Meaning, if you take in real estate investing, if I don't have $1 invested into a deal, but let's just say, because I know it'd be like, well, how did you get the deal? So let me do it this way. Let's just say, hypothetically, I paid $100,000 for a piece of real estate. Okay. But the property is worth $200,000. Okay. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to go to the bank and be like, hey, bank, guess what? I want to refi this property. I want you to give me a loan. I own it free and clear. The value of it is $200,000. They're going to look at it and say, you're right. The value is $200,000. I tell you what, I'll give you 80% of the value, which is $160,000. Here go $160,000, and you just start paying me monthly payments on this $160,000. And I'm like, oh shit, guess what, y'all? I only paid $100,000. They about to give me $160,000. So now I'm gonna take the $100,000 and recoup. Now I got $60,000 profit. So now if I got my money back, I don't have no skin in the game. So if you take 0, which is how much money you got in the game at this point, divided by any number, your calculator is going to say error, cannot divide by 0. And this is something in investment that is known as infinite returns, because your percentage can't be quantified because you don't have not one single number, one digit in the pot. This is known as infinite investing, ladies and gentlemen. So it's kind of like if you take speed and you go faster, you go into this particular destination. So if it's 60 miles away and you're going 60 miles per hour, you're going to get there in 1 hour. But if I double my speed to 120 and it's 60 miles away, I'm going to get there in 30 minutes. The faster I go, I shrink the distance, the time that it takes to get there. I can go so fast that we actually should instantly be there, and it will be like, wait a minute, you just reversed. You understand what I'm saying? It's only one force that can do that for us, and that's thought. That thought. Okay? Somebody drop the science on how fast thought travels in the chat. Okay? Let me water up. Okay? All right. Now, it's just a matter of zigzagger. What up? It's just a matter of consciousness, meaning what do we have in the mind's eye, and what do we believe while in the practice of circulating the energy up and down the spine, up and down the spine. And now that is going to reverse Benjamin Button. We're about to get on our Benjamin Button game when this happens. Okay? All right. Thought is said to travel at 24 quintillion miles per second. I don't need don't need that. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about chakras real fast. All right. Let's talk about chakras. You have to understand that the chakras are an abstract representation of the endocrine system. Okay? Hold on. Let me go over here real fast. Let me go get stuff. Let me go over here. See where it's at. All right? The chakras are nothing more than an abstract representation of the endocrine system. Why the endocrine system? Because the human being is an electrochemical person. That's what you are. You're electrochemical. You can go the path of thought, or you can go the path of the chemical path. In traditional healing, the chemical path is medicine. The thought path is placebo. Hey man, this stuff, this pill gets rid of cancer. Oh, give me that shit. Take it. Hey, I'm about to do this surgery on you. And they open it up, don't do shit. We're gonna get it out, you finish. And then the cancer go away. Because the person believed. It took no time. Whereas the chemical path is the slow path. I'm not knocking it. It's necessary. Okay? It's like your physical and your spiritual, man. All right? Okay? You with me? Oh, what up? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's happening? All right. So we learned this in the light body class. What this is, see, man, I do this, man. I'm a big old kid, man. You know, we got anatomy coloring books. You want to learn something? Hey, man, let's learn it like some babies. And what we do is we gonna color the endocrine system. You dig? Okay. It's the end. Now, don't that look just like your chakras coming right up the middle there? Ain't that your chakras? Right here in the middle? And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It ain't your heart. It's your thymus gland. Okay? But it's okay. It's all right. Now, one thing you got to know is the man and the woman are not the same beings Anatomically, we're not the same, biologically speaking. The truth of the matter is, her ovaries sits above or right at the panty line. So below the waistline, she doesn't have anything there on the chemical side of the endocrine system. The man does, but the woman doesn't. You see? See, this is what you gotta start to ponder. If man and woman are biologically different beings in function, then how could we possibly have the same thing? We both have a sexual reproductive system, but they don't do the same thing, and they're not necessarily located in the same positions in a sense, right? Far as testicles to ovaries, right? Like, do she got hanging ovaries that's right there below the vagina, or is it up in the canal somewhere, right? So the function, far as the position of things, would be different. But when you start getting into these kind of subject matters, it's not difficult. It's easier to learn when you deal with stories, hence the Bible. It's easier to learn when you deal with abstract representation of colors and mandalas, flowers, petals, right? It's easier for you to get. So now, if I can get you past the function and get you straight on the benefit, you don't necessarily have to know the function. Because I can just get you straight on chakras, brother. Your chakras out of alignment, brother. Right? I can just get you there. Okay? But since you're there, you should absolutely know the truth. Okay? All right. So it's all about messaging system. Okay? The whole purpose of it is for you to be, as they would say, so what? The liver can produce bile, right? The pancreas can secrete its insulin so you won't be diabetic later on, right? Putting the right pressure through certain, and we talk Kriya Yoga exercises, right, allows us to have a vibrant, healthy body. So now the intestines and whatnot put a little bit of pressure of it, relieves the gastric issues that somebody may have. Okay. And so you gotta get with these glands. You have to. You know what I mean? That's where it's at. Okay. All right. So now, since the glands, it's us. The 6 days of creation is not just solely talking about. It damn sure ain't talking about the earth. It's not. That's not what it's talking about. On one level, it's talking about how the invisible thought becomes physical reality, and then it morphs into the body, and it's talking about, again, your 6 centers, okay, within yourself, that's connected from. These glands are connected by spinal nerves, like an electrical socket, electrical cord, okay, and each gland is plugged, basically got a plug in it from the spinal cord, okay, which is Leo, which is God. All right. All right. Y'all all right? You okay? All right. All right. All right. You see? And so let me see here. Y'all want to see the staff that they carry in Egypt? Remember, you can go look at the wasp, and you can go look at the staff. This is the staff right here. This is the staff. You seen them Egyptians priests walking around with a staff, and they got that Y at the bottom. That's what it is. It's that right there. Okay. So what is that? Right? Remember, arteries are away. A for away, blood flowing away from the heart. Veins brings the blood back to the heart. Okay. So they was dealing with a whole nother internal science. That's why these was the same people that like to open up bodies and stuff and mummify people and stuff. So they knew what was inside of there and then would make symbols out of those things. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So how we speed it up? Thought. What we concentrate on? Centers inside of the body, commonly known as what? Chakras. No problem. That's fine. As long as you're concentrating on the point, man. Okay? All right. Okay? So they tell you this whole tree of life. What if the tree they talking about is your spine? Because it looks like a tree, right? Or what if they talking about, the nerve cells in your brain because they look like a tree. Look like they got roots and stuff. Okay? So it's within you. What if the serpent is the spine? It ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn snake, no boa constrictor, or no python. What if it is the spine, right? So the spine is broken up into these three sections. Again, we're dealing with three primary modes of light. If you understand light and colors, okay, it becomes interesting because then you got 7 at the top, right? Right. Then it goes into 12. Yes, 7 days of the week, right? The 12. And then the remaining 5, as they like to call it, could be fire, air, earth, water, ether. Okay? So the science of Taoism knows this. You know what I'm saying? The Eastern boys got it. They know what it is. It's in the body. It's us in the West. That's Johnny come lately. All right? All right, man. Y'all good? All right. Let's go to Q&A, man. What you got? So that ain't hard. That's easy stuff, y'all. That's light work. So Q&A, what you got for me? What you got? What you working with, man? What y'all working with, man? Talk to me. So let's go to some Q&A. Give it to me, man. Say, if we're gonna party, we gotta party. If not, then the energy gets like, this ain't church. That kind of church, this church, but you know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, my energy will go down. All right, so where you at? Talk to me. Have you ever studied a soul group incarnation chart? Ooh, no. Soul group incarnation chart. I wouldn't even know what that looks like, but I know I could compose it. A soul group incarnation chart. That's interesting because you got generational planets that are pretty much in the same thing. And now, is that considered a soul group? Or I would rather say people who are born within 1.8 years, a year and a half of each other, where that North Node, which represents the soul's mission, and then people who are born on another cycle of that node. No, I take that back. People who are born with the North Node, for example, I got North Node in Libra. So the North Node is only going to be in the zodiac sign for a year and a half, right? Now, that group of people, along with the people who will be born when the North Node gets over there in Aries, right? Because Aries is opposite Libra. Now, that means that these people's South nodes is where my North Node is, and vice versa. And so now we can have what's called North Node, South Node conjunction. In fact, I would have to say yes, because that was just brought to our attention a couple days ago on some meeting type stuff, just figuring some things out. And so I will study that phenomenon as soul groups dealing more with the node. Okay, nodes in the same sign, but those in the opposite signs, so that attraction could take place. You dig? All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. Because something gotta happen, y'all. I'm gonna show you what gotta happen. Where my paper at? What has to happen is, let me get some more scrap paper. All right. Mystic North node, south node conjunction. Yeah, I like it. Yep. We start getting somewhere. We're gonna start getting somewhere when that one happens. All right. So the name of the game, man. Let me draw the zodiac signs by their glyph. Jimmy, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Cap, Aquarius. Okay. Now I'm going to deal with my sign because I love my sign. Right. Okay. And everybody's like this. When I said earlier about the pair, see, everybody is on the wheel. Aries is at the top. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm forgetting. Hold on. How dare I forget my buddy Pisces? All right. So say we got Aries at the top, Taurus, right? Remember I told you Taurus opposite is Scorpio. Gemini opposite is Sag. Cancer opposite will be Capricorn, right? And so forth and so forth. The goal is, since we all have birthdays in this circle, I'm going to tell you what our problem is. We keep staring at each other, and some people are staring at us sideways. The goal is, see if you can find the opposite. And then when you can find the opposite, it polarizes this space. And then see, this is the thing. This completes the circle from your viewpoint. Your circle is only complete when what? The opposite appears. It's kind of like having children, right? You don't have to have children, but the laws here state that in order for human reproduction to go forward, we need to have a meeting of what appears to be opposites. So if we can have the opposites on the wheel, right? Now you got these stations on the wheel and you can start to break yourself out of it. You understand? But this is why I'm telling you, you're a bad motherfucker in your development. If you got to a point where you can go look at your chart and you can be like, I am a 13-degree Cancer. Okay. See if you can magnetize 13 degrees Capricorn in your life. A friend, whoever, whatever, see if you can magnetize 13 Capricorn. The complete opposite of you. And you'd be surprised. It can be friends. I have 2 male friends. One's birthday is January the 4th, I think it is, which is like the perihelion, when the Earth and Sirius in that great alignment. And the other one is like July 4th, July 5th, right in that pocket, which is the opposite. And I'm like, these niggas are directly polar opposite. They came together and actually made an album before and did not know the zodiac science of their signs being direct opposite. So you'd be surprised who that opposite is. It could be your brother from another mother. You understand what I'm saying? But then if you start yearning for the relationship aspect of it, it gets interesting now, because now you don't want it to be your brother from another mother. It got to be what you're seeking in a relationship. And then that got to pass 2 tests. The physical characteristics got to be appealing, I would think, right? I know that may be vague for some people. You know what I mean? Fuck that. Sorry, excuse my French, but like I just got to have a certain look, me personally, right? That's test 1. Physically, got to be physical attraction. And then it has to be massive mental attraction and right correspondence or congruency that's taking place. Okay. So keep that as a homework assignment. That's a nugget, man. Know your sun degree. Yes. Know your sun degree. Right. and then see what that opposite can do. Okay. Because now technically y'all start to control the solar system at this point, right? See, we all connected to the person next to us because they're like our neighbor and shit, right? We connected to them. But what happens when you polarize the opposite? Now you just cut through the goddamn circle. You see what I'm saying? Because that connection is there. This bridge is built in a sense. Okay. All right. Question. Right. So I'm a Taurus and my wife is a Scorpio. Opposite signs. What's the degrees of the sun? Because now we're about to get somewhere. Okay. And the tighter it is, a 2-degree orb, tight. But the 10 degrees off, one can be 20 Scorpio, one could be 10 Taurus. That's still opposition, but it's not a direct opposite, right? And then you can have somebody who can be a 29 degree of one sign and the other person is 0 of the other sign. And technically, that's no longer the orb. That rule changes big time because their numbers must match and kind of be direct head on. So try to figure out the degree of what that is. All right. My best friend passed in this portal right here, 1112, and was born on 1885. Is there any significance there? I would have to look. So I'm not in my astro account where I'm looking, and y'all can't see my screen. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't do the Zoom where it's a screen share where I can go in and y'all can literally see what I'm doing. And that's more, to me, that's more it's just more educative if we did it that way. All right, so catch me on the screen share when I'm on Zoom, Zigzagger. Um, However, I am Moon in Aries, and I met a friend, Sun in Aries. How is that? All right, so your Moon in Aries and their Sun in Aries, right? So here go your feminine principle is on somebody's masculine principle. Now you guys just got to keep that in mind. Now, let's just say this friend that you met was, let's say you're a man and she's a woman, but it's her masculine principle, the sun, and it's your feminine principle, the moon. So there's going to be an instant attraction anyway. When this happens, when two people have planets in the same region of space, this is like, oh wow, that's the person who looks nice, right? So there's going to be an instant attraction. That works. It's no problem. The issue, if it's the genders don't match, you have to, in essence, it's a role reversal energetically. Now the woman starts to lead, especially if she's an Aries woman. Aries women have, have to admit it, have been my favorite women to deal with. I've always dealt with fire women, always, always. But I didn't know this until I started going back after I got the science. Then I started looking back at my life, my high school girlfriend, Leo. Like I can just go on, like fire. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh damn. Well, I got a grand fire trine in my chart. So I got a lot of fire energy in my chart. So that explains this. And one of them is Venus is in Aries, right? Venus is in Aries, points to why I like Aryan women. So when you're dealing with an Aries woman, for the most part, she's gonna be headstrong because Aries rules the head. And if she really on her shit, she's gonna be ambitious. And that's it can come off. I'll tell you who's the perfect to me, Aries woman who I really, really love her hustle. It's Juju, Cameron's ex-girl. We talking real estate agent. We talking she writes books. She has her own fitness stuff. She does hostings. Like she's very successful, but yet she's not necessarily celebrity. She's, you know what I'm saying? But she's she's successful. So she grinds. You know what I'm saying? You look at her, she's working out, and you know what I mean? She on her shit. You know what I mean? That's Aries. So Aries woman is just headstrong. And if you're a male, then you got to be able to ride with that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a soldier. Okay. But that works. Even if it's just friendship and it's same sex, it's all good. Have you ever heard of Book of Law? Would that be some Crowley work right there? The Book of Law. Would that be Crowley? I haven't read it, so but it seemed like that sounding very familiar to me. That there may be some Crowley work or something. Um, all right, so this friend is female. I'm male. Both our Chinese zodiac is Tiger. All right now. You better understand Aries to Scorpio ain't necessarily a click. You gonna make your wife bust your butt, boy. All right. Um. So that, yeah. But that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Can you elaborate on a holographic universe? All right. So I don't know. I haven't studied that theory, K Money. Like I haven't. I have not studied because here's the thing. If you're telling me it's a hologram, then I'm more concerned about what the hell is projecting it. But then I come to this conclusion, like in Ecclesiastics. If something is projecting us, what is projecting the projector? So you're gonna all now see now we getting into this whole goddamn thing of it just is, and then that also means infinity. Let me try my best to explain that. The moment that you tell me that it could be science, oh, the Higgs boson is the creative force of all of reality. It is and it ain't. What do you mean? That which you are looking at is composed of something that's making it tick. This is why my favorite animal out of all of creation that tells you that you would never, ever, ever be able to find this one thing and physically see it as being responsible for all of creation is the rainbow jellyfish. Why do I say that? We're looking at a translucent thing that we can see through that has what appears to be no brain, no eyes, no sexual reproductive organs, but yet I want y'all to Google image rainbow jellyfish and you tell me. Like you it's like, wait a minute. It's missing physical compartments that's supposed to house the intelligence for things to function. It's just straight translucent. I said, God damn, boy, God, you did the damn thing with that one. That's the illest of all creations right there, in my opinion. So what I'm saying is, anytime you see, here go God, I am God, y'all found me. That's the external of what I see. The external of what you see, no matter what dimension you see it in, is always going to be composed of something that you can't see because it's something inside of that which you do see. So now, if this thing that we see is God, but yet God is composed of something, then that makes God dependent on that. And then that kind of scratches the theory of God or what's making that function. You understand what I'm saying? So I never got into the holographic thing per se because I already understood it from that point of if something is projecting the hologram, then something's projecting that and making that be what it is. You understand what I'm saying? And the best word that we can come up with is consciousness. Meaning for me, it is everything is pure information, whether it's air. But see, that's what I'm saying. Oh, air. Hey, air. Let's say science is right. God damn it. Invisible air, oxygen is made up of 8 of these things and 2 of these things. Electrons, protons, whatever, right? It's like, see now when you're dealing with that, what is that made out of? You see what I'm saying? So this is why the ancient symbols in the mystic schools started giving you things like a snake that's biting its tail. You always gonna be on this merry-go-round if you keep on looking. This is why the book of Ecclesiastics, homie gave it up, and he was like, yo, nigga, all this knowledge I got, I don't know shit. I still gonna die, and I can't take this with me, and it don't mean nothing. It just is. You feel me? Now, it's nothing wrong with studying it and making correlations to see how everything works so you can understand the beauty of it and the diversity of it. But if you think you're going to nail that shit down to one thing, you're going to be chasing that thing forever, for eons. It ain't no one thing. The one thing is just streams of consciousness, man, information. Everything is intelligent. We know that, whether it be the rock that's vibrating much slower, or whether it be whatever, oxygen, right? Whatever, right? And so I don't know about the hologram in that sense. I know, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't even want to go down that like, the hologram has to be streams of consciousness that's moving. You know what I'm saying? It has to be. I mean, look at the Bible, right? In the beginning, right? And the spirit moved among the face of the water. Wait a minute. The spirit. Okay, what is spirit made of? You know what I'm saying? Well, spirit is made of ether and memory. Oh, interesting. What is ether made of? Like, you just gonna always keep going on and on and on and on and on to the break of dawn. That's the hologram. The hologram is reality, but it's not. I just leave it right there, bro. That's the best I can get with the hologram. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy into this shit is a fake reality. Like, nah, fuck that. I don't get into that. It's just a hologram. It's an illusion, brother. It's fake. All this shit is fake. You a goddamn lie. It's fake. Let me take a fire. Let me take some fire and burn your face and tell you it's fake. And what do you mean it's fake? Like, things have physical reactions and chemical reactions. Ooh. Listen, man, helping these children do their homework, you can see how this shit be unfolding. I'll be like, God damn, what are some jewels in this shit? They just give it to us too early. Because I'm going to talk about, and I'll say that for another one, chemical reaction, chemical change will always produce physical change, but physical change don't necessarily produce chemical change. Y'all remember that in school? So you can take a peanut and grind the peanut down to peanut powder. It did not have a chemical change, but it had a physical change, right? But all chemical changes produce a physical change. This is interesting. This becomes very interesting because the question would then become, well, shit, I'm trying to physically change some shit, but I'm not necessarily producing a chemical change to sustain the physical change that I want. That's the jewel of the chakras in the endocrine system. Because remember, I said the endocrine system is the chemical messenger system. You can check that. That's true. Okay? That's true. Then it's a fact in science. Chemical change always produces physical change, but physical change don't always produce chemical change. So when you're trying to physically change some shit, you're trying to physically change, right? You can change, but then sometimes you don't change because there ain't a chemical change. You need the constant. The constant is in the chemical. Every time there's a chemical change, it will always produce the other one. Every single time. Every single time. Every single time. Okay? All right. Hope you got that. All right. All right. So I say a lot is one. Right. And they just tell you, man, just ask, man. Right. The guy that wrote it, he died from cancer, yet had multiple examples of people healing themselves by the use of mind in his book. Okay, got you. So here's the thing, right? With that, we all gonna go though. So I'm not saying that you judging them. We all gonna go. Man, listen. I'm gonna tell you how this thing called God. I'm just gonna call it for what it is, man. I don't care. The way I got something called the street gospel. I'm just gonna keep this shit 100 with you. The thing that we call God is a funny, practical, joking, jokester, trickster, crazy motherfucker. Okay? Funny as hell. Let's look at Mr. Stephen Hawking. Brilliant. Without a shadow of a doubt. Regular at some point. But for some reason, the light chose to reduce him down, right? Through, what was it? MS, and cripple the man, but still allow his brain to function and write while he was all, let's just say, handicapped, right? Why? 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 With the light chose for Bishop Eddie Long. Yeah? Used to be buff, diesel. You see how he went out? Frail, fragile. Okay? So the light chooses, man, in very, very funny ways. It's not that the person ain't telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? It can become a victim of something, but we all gotta go. You know what I'm saying? God rest the dead, man. It is said that Dr. Sebi ate iguana. You know, that was his little shit. You know, we meet some iguana. You know what I'm saying? That's allegedly from what I heard, right? What do that mean? He don't have the knowledge? You know what I'm saying? Sure, absolutely, man, absolutely. Right? So just watch. You just gotta watch it. You know what I'm saying? Can you program that light? You are, yeah, you are that light. So to program the light is to be in highest accordance with that light, highest harmony with that light, right? Now, like, to really get here, we talking about reaching. I mean, this is some next level shit. We're talking about reaching the breathless, pulseless state. Again, whether you dealing with Harry Nanda, while you dealing with the lineage, I don't know if y'all can see them, but whether you dealing with, not even really including Babaji, but when you start dealing with Lahari Machia, you start dealing with Sri Yukeshwar, you start dealing with Paramahamsa Yogananda, these are cats who know how to stop breathing and technically will be dead. Their heart ain't beating. They have no pulse. All of the senses are turned off. They're dead. And will tell you, I'll be back in 2 hours. Because that indwelling spirit, that light that you're asking about programming, they have gained conscious control over it and now can make it leave the body and come back into the body at will. And I ain't talking about dream and you still breathe. I just said all bets are off. All organs, everything is off. Okay? That is called Nirvikla Samadhi. That is a very, very, very high state of being. And they'll tell you right now, homie, no, and poop, just a poop butt ass. Man, y'all babies. A real master reaches that state. If you ain't got that state, you ain't a master. But they can boast that because, again, I haven't known of the rainbow Tibetan body, the rainbow body boys out of Tibet to have mastered that state, but they mastered the rainbow body at the time of death that they shit shrink. And these boys, in India, I'm not seeing that. In India, I'm not seeing where they bodies shrink. In fact, they burning your ass up and, going to cremate you and have a celebration. That's what they do to the Indian gurus. The Indian gurus are known for leaving the body at will, which is some next level shit. And I call that, to me, that's the second highest level, but the highest level in the waking state. But when they dead, their body is still here. The mother boys, they ain't got the waking state number one, but they got the after death number one. I got to give it to them. That's some cold shit, the rainbow body. I'm sorry, man. That's some cold, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Your body gonna shrink and disappear. You know what I'm saying? So that's just dope. You know what I mean? That's right. Indians with levitation. You know what I'm saying? The levitating. Is that in there? The levitating saint. Yeah. So yeah, that takes, yeah, you can program that light, but that's on that level. And then there's other little, like the shit we do. That's I mean that's child's play, man. In comparison to, mastering that, that's a whole nother level, man. In my sleep and wake back up, I didn't know I'm able to do that. My daughter watches me sometime. I need a reading from you. Oh, okay. Yeah. But we want to make sure too that the senses, well, I want to make sure, I'm saying the senses is turned off. It ain't no more heartbeat. It ain't like you technically out of here. So I ain't talking about astral projecting and you. Now I'm talking about all senses is off. All right. Yeah, me too, Elbow. Yeah, I'll stay with you, bro. I'm on the violet flame. I'll just stay right there for a minute, and then there it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming when I get off back into the mountains. Then I can say, okay, cool, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I experienced not breathing doing meditation for a period of time. Right. All right. All right. Any significance of dreaming of waking up in a pyramid while in a dream, basically realizing it's a dream as you wake up in a pyramid. So that's inception. So you like dreams within dreams. That's dope. The best I can get out of that, because now you within, again, you in, that's that inception movie. You in layers within layers, right? Um that's super dope because it's subconscious, but you just within the mind, you're just going deeper. But the pyramid, as we pointed out before, the pyramid, the real representation of the pyramid is twofold. You got the physical portion of it. One is said to be the absolute middle and center of the earth. Okay, that's phenomenal. And truth be told, the original east-west coordinates known as longitude started right there, at Giza. The Great Pyramid was the zero marker for zero east, zero west, and then you would start marking your sideways east-west coordinates from that place. It was switched to Greenwich, London, okay, which is about 31 degrees west of the pyramids. So Greenwich, London is not the center of the earth, but it is the center of how we now measure our longitude system. Okay. So that's dope because I tell you, you can go anywhere and create a system and just measure it from where you at. That's the lesson that we should get from that, and not that, oh, somebody stole something from us from the pyramid. Look what they did. No. You're supposed to do that if you want to conquer reality, right? But the real component of the pyramid is to awaken these cells in your brain known as pyramidal cells. Okay. Look into something called pyramidal cells. That's what you're activating. So to me, what I'm really getting out of that, you woke up in the pyramid, but you still sleeping. You end up like, oh, okay. You in that what they call that, the tetrahedron. You in that six-pointed star, that pyramid thing, the double triangle, that Star of David. Oh, okay. There's something going inside of you where these brain cells is really kicking up and whatnot. All right. It's interesting because I was going to introduce a meditation to the Family Wealth Club that dealt with that. Right. You in the pyramid. See, I'm in the pyramid right now. Now we in the chamber. We in the dark room. You dig? And now Now we're going to get jiggy. Now we're going to get jiggy in the pyramid. And God said, let there be light. Right? And so that's what I get out of that one, man. Keep doing your thing. Whatever you're doing to cultivate your spirit, in a sense, keep doing that. Whether you meditating, whatever it is, if you're on some type of regimen, stay disciplined and just stay consistent is the key. Okay. All right, man. What is it called when the senses are off? Nirvikpla. Like it's called I'll put it in the chat. Nirvikplasam Samadhi, DDHI, if I'm not mistaken. Google that. That should get you something. Nirvikpla Samadhi is what that's called. All right. Yep, that's it. That's it. That's what it's called. You just spelled it. Pyramidal cells. Look it up. That's what it's called. Literally called that. Yeah, Inception's crazy, man. It loses me every time. El Monte, what up? You welcome for sure. Yeah. All right, I ain't missed nothing, did I? I am the violet flame. Yeah, and see the jokester, right? When I was talking about God, see, this is why in the African system they be like, "Oh, Elegba." You know, there's an aspect of God that wants to play jokes. He's the God of, the crossroads and things of that nature. So different systems start having these different gods, which is just really talking about the different personalities. You know what I'm saying? The different archetypes. Even in the law, Allah is one, but Allah has 99 attributes. You feel what I'm saying? And so, you know, they are a representation of the one, but this dude is funny, man. This thing is crazy. He's a maniac. So to recap, the speeding of time is basically the breath in unison with the circulating of the moon cycles with the chakra. Yeah, but not necessarily. But here's the thing: you don't have to time the moon cycles precisely. Meaning you ain't gotta wait and be like, okay, it's the new moon. You know what I mean? Because then now tomorrow, the next day, next day I do this practice. Okay, 3 more days I'm doing this practice. I don't fuck with the moon science like that. The way I use the moon is totally different. I'm not into that whole 8-phase moon and planting and gathering and I'm actually calling bullshit. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Prove it. You know what I'm saying? Like literally bring me case studies, right? Stop playing. Remember, lunar makes you a lunatic, okay? And so what happens is the new moon. I'm gonna jump on y'all full moons that was all up in my space. Y'all full moons. Yeah, y'all was in Taurus, right? Wait once a year, do it. But I'm the advocate moon person. Oh, it's a full moon in Taurus to represent money. Then 2 weeks later, it's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius. Oh no, now I got to start thinking big and going back to school and learning some information. Then 2 weeks later, it's going to be a full moon in Gemini, which is now a month later from the full moon that you just did in Taurus. Now it's a full moon in Gemini. Oh, okay, now it's time to release bad brothers and sisters because Gemini represents siblings. Okay. Then 2 weeks after that is going to be the new moon in Capricorn. Okay, I want to focus on new success and a new job and new career. And then 2 weeks after that, it's going to be the full moon in Cancer. Oh, I'm about to get rid of negative family members. Every 2 weeks, your ass is doing something different. Okay, let me know how that goes. Just let me know how that goes. For real, seriously. Let me know how that goes. Okay? My advice is find the central theme in your life, the big point of focus. The big point of focus. That's why I said yesterday, trying to wean. Yeah, that's all. Listen, I'm not here. That's on some, just all this different stuff to do. All these different, just things to do. Because I know how scattered people already are. One, the information age, too much information out here, and the lack of application ain't gonna do shit for you. You still gonna be broken, fucked up. Still gonna be in the same position, homie. I already know this shit. I seen it. I lived it. I was a part of this shit, right? Till I had to call a serious time out. Literally, stop all information on pause. I get back to it later. Let me go do this. Handle this business. Okay, business handled. Now y'all just now seeing me. Now, the themes. I think there should be two major concerns here. Your health, your well-being, no negative energy, nothing's life-threatening. How do you maintain that? No negative energy, right? Cool. So something for that. And then now that you worry, now that you got your fear in order, because see the thing is with the health or negative energy, that's you fear that. You know what I'm saying? You don't like it. You know what I mean? And so you want to get rid of that, right? And then you want to move over to growth. Where you going to grow and prosper at? Where's your expansion? The human lungs is telling you what to do. To me, the lungs is the illest thing in the whole entire body. To me. Because somehow they magically know how to convert oxygen to carbon dioxide and carbon dioxide out the body. Like they're inhale, exhale. They're a contradiction, but they're a team. Right? So the exhale is the negative poison that we are exhaling, carbon dioxide. You can't hold it in, it should kill you, right? So that's the negative thing. But the lungs, to bring in the new shit that gives you life, the oxygen, that's the expansion. So there's two things that we should focus on. What stops the negative and what gives me the expansion? That's what this whole thing is about. So it's only two things, that is going to make up, the shit, reality for us. Now, that don't mean that you don't have family. That don't mean that you don't have children. That don't mean that you don't have money. It don't mean you don't have a career. It don't mean you don't work out. It don't mean that you don't learn. It don't mean you don't meditate. It don't mean you don't have friends. I'm going all through the zodiac just now, right? All of that should be within the expansion and in the preservation of health, maintaining the goodness, so the negative don't get you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you keep on jumping around trying to fuck with this moon every single 2 weeks, because you just can't do the full moon, you got to be on a new moon, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. But if you got your two things that you own, right, and you can probably hit those two things. Look, you can hit the money thing more than just once a year, because we're dealing with, right, the new moon. Watch this. This is what I mean. Say you want to expand in your money, right? One, every month, the moon is coming through your second house, which is your money house. Do you even know what time that is on a monthly basis? Because that's the perfect time to do a financial meditation on your bread. That's one, because it happens every month. Two, let's just say you was born with something in Taurus. Like me, I got Jupiter in Taurus. So I need to know when the moon is coming through Taurus. Everybody should know when the moon is coming through Taurus, because when the full moon was just in Taurus, you was hype, you was there. But that shit happened every month, right? So now the full moon in Taurus every month is another thing. You understand what I'm saying? Or the moon in Taurus every month is another phenomenon. So you got your second house, which is your money house, and then you got the sign. No matter what house that sign is in, Taurus can be anywhere for you, but that's the sign that represents money. Okay? So then you got that aspect. So now that's 2 times. That's 2 times. Okay? And then technically there's some other things that you can do, but I don't feel like getting into it. in a sense, right? There's some other things that you can do, such as I said, I'm gonna get into it. All right, my second house ruler is Cancer. So Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon rules my second house. So now, but my moon is in Aquarius when I was born. So now when the moon gets into Aquarius every month and I'm having a moon return, now that is my money time because the moon is my financial ruler. So it goes from my second house every month to the constellation Taurus every month to understanding the sign that is on my second house, the planet that rules that sign, its location, and then when the moon hits that location in conjunction with that planet that rules my second house, money meditation time again. You see? So now that's actually 3 things in the month that's dealing with one common thing that's dealing with my expansion. You understand what I'm saying? And so there should be 2 points of focus. So all that hibbity hoppity 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 8-phase moon shit and all that shit, man, that's listen, man, we are so grossly ignorant that we fall for any and everything, man. We do. We do, man. And I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't feeling it. Focus on 2 points. What's your lung? Your body is telling you how to do this shit. Expand, contract. Expand, contract. Contraction, we gonna mean push the poison out. What's poison around us that need to go? Right? Come on, nigga. You know you a fat boy. You know the repercussions of being a fat boy. Okay, you're gonna have high blood pressure, fat boy. Right? Okay, so either you settle or you do something. Okay, this is what I need to do to stay whoop de whoop. Right? All right, what's my point of expansion? Ooh, I know my point of expansion. I have my son over here today. We got more envelopes that we got to send out, right? Ain't talking about more envelopes. We got more mail that we got to send out. You know what I mean? We completed the whole list. The list is done. We done ran through a whole list. How many people? I got to close, but a couple hundreds, few hundred, damn near 1,000. So a few hundred, so that's my expansion point. And just concentrate on those. All right. All right. So what we got? Oh, somebody shot me a text. Somebody said something to me. Kate Dizzle. Oh yeah, I'm always stuttering, man. All right. So somebody asked a question about gematria. I didn't see that. I see that. Somebody asked a question about gematria. How far was that? All right. So gematria. I used to. I used to use gematria. It's dope when you want to deal with the law of correspondence. But what system of gematria do you use? A equal 1, B equal 2, C equal 3, D4, E5? You using that? For me, what worked for me as a huge part of my expansion of consciousness that starts to give you more brain capacity was the Godwin's Kabbalistic Encyclopedia. Because now we're going to take an English letter and we're going to use the numerical value of that English letter as the equivalent of the Hebrew. So in other words, J equals 10. The Hebrew system works like this. Aleph equals 1, Bet equals 2, Gamil is 3, Daleth is 4, Hay is 5, Valve is 6, 7 is Zine, 8 is Keth, 9 is Teth, Yod, the Y or the J, but the Y is 10. Then it goes Kof is 20, Lamet is 30, Meme is 40, Noon is 50, Semek is 60, Ein is 70, Pei is 80, 90 is Zadi, 100 is Qaf. Then it goes 200 is what? Maybe Resh. 300 is Shin, and 400 is Tau. I just gave you the Hebrew alphabet and what their numerical value system is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 200, 300, 400. And that's their 22 letters. So then you can take the English alphabet from Gematria, from the Kabbalistic Encyclopedia. I remember the page still, 646. You go to page 646, but you want to get the see. I beat the cover off this bad boy in my studies. I had this one for years. Like the pages, literally, you see it, the pages falling off. They finally got, and I think it's binding kind of poorly as well, but they have a hardback copy now. It's called Godwin's Kabbalistic Encyclopedia. So when you go to page 646, you start seeing the English letter, and I bring it to the Hebrew origin. So you see that? There you go. All right. So in the far left, or right over here, is the English letter, and then you give you the Hebrew origin right here. So A could be 1, B can be 2, C is 3, right? D is 4, and so forth and so forth. So now what happens is you can take a name, for example. Okay, let's just say any name. Let's just take a name and let's keep it like Tom, Tom, right? The tau we know is 400. Okay, the O, which takes on the sound of a U, is 6, and meme could be 40, or it has a different value when it comes at the end. So its value change if it comes at the end of a letter. But let's just say it represents 40. So Tom, if your name was Tom, your name would be spelled Tau, Vowel, Meme. So now that's 406 and 40. So that total is 446. Okay. So then what you do with the encyclopedia is you can go to the Sefer Sephiroth and you can go look up the number 446. So 446 will say, where is it at? 446 will say what? When you see it, the number of stars in the northern constellation. Okay, so right here by my hand should say 446. So I know it's kind of thing, but it's literally says the number of stars in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so that could have a meaning to you. The Kabbalistic Encyclopedia is all about biblical names, places, things that obviously have some type of meaning, angels' names, demons' names, and things of that nature. So now when you see the number 111 and you go look at the number 111, 111 may say Raphael, or for sure 311 does. 311 is, you see the number 311 all the time. 311. Y'all, every time you look at the clock, it's 311. What the hell is 311? When you go look up in the Kabbalistic Encyclopedia what 311 is the name Raphael. Well, who is Raphael? Raphael is the healing of God. El is God. Like you see El Boki right here in the chat. El is God. So Raph is the healing, right? Or Gabriel, right? Gabe is strength, the strength of God, right? So now when you see these numbers, you have something to give you a spiritual context to it. This is why, me personally, I don't like to reduce numbers down. Oh, I keep seeing 311, but 311 is really that 5. 3 plus 1 plus 1. That's really that 5. No, 311 is actually Raphael. My ass may need some healing. Maybe it's easy for me to invoke that particular angelic energy, ultimately, that's within myself, right? And so, the Kabbalistic Encyclopedia again starts to give you messages about how the spirit coincidence is communicating with you. Okay, this is priesthood shit right here. This ain't for everybody, but you must got something going on because you went to this kind of dialogue. So I haven't used it in years because I didn't graduated from it, and it's not that I'm over it or better than it. I'm just saying I'm on something else. You know what I'm saying? But see, now this is how you start to like be creative. You know what I'm saying? This is how you can learn how to create some things, for sure. When you understand this, it's a blueprint. You know what I mean? All right, all right. So what you got? And thank you, K Dizzle, for letting me know that. I ain't see that. Um, he. All right. All right. So anybody else got anything? Come on, man. It's 11 o'clock, man. Y'all tired? What my man say? All right, man. I got you. All right. So, man, you gotta ride the wave, man. You gotta ride the wave. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ride the wave. All right. Yeah. So the encyclopedia is pretty dope. It's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Just give you a reference. You know what I'm saying? Give you a reference. All right. All right. So ain't no interruption. What would be a good practice to do when you continue seeing the name RS? Are you seeing when you keep seeing the same numbers? I'm sorry. Um. All right. So one, play the number. Now we got to program it. Go play the number. We live in a place where you can actually win money if you can figure out a sequence of numbers. That's a beautiful thing. So play the number. One, to try to make it pay off for yourself. Then get jiggy with it and play the number at the time if it's a number that correlates with a time on the clock. Okay. And then you can start to hold your meditations, your visualizations at that particular time if it's a time that could be put on the clock. Okay. So if you constantly see 1111, play the number 1111 or play 111 and go play at 1111 or 111, right? And then when that time also hits on the other side of the AM or PM, whatever, you happen to be up, then do your visualization for 1 minute and 11 seconds or 11 minutes and 11 seconds or 1 hour and 11 minutes, right? So you only thing you got to do is start making your personal life and start doing some things that correlates to the actual pattern. It wants you to engage it. That's why it pops up. But just to see it, it ain't going, okay. That's it. Like you just see it all the time. Nah, engage it. So you engage it by putting it into your masterful work, right? So I can go and say, okay, well, according to the number system of numerology, I'm a 33, right? Oh, okay. Well, It's so funny because my dad's favorite number is 33, and he's an old Cowboy fan, which is Tony Dorsett, who wore number 33. Um, then we can do a 33-minute visualization or 33-minute, what I call a continuum, right? So now I know how to activate the numbers that I like. I just simply this is, you're programming the number. That's what you got to get into. Program the number. All right. Hey, peace, Tanya. What's happening? All right. How you was an Emmitt Smith fan? The Deuce Deuce. Yeah. My dad been a Cowboy forever, man. You know how that's America's team, you know. All right, so what y'all got, man? Y'all cool? It's 11 o'clock. Y'all want to wrap it up? We ain't got nothing else to rap about, man. We can wrap it up. Oh man, happened to me. I'm sad, mad at the same damn time, man. I gotta respond to this dude. My man Tank Diesel said, "Man, I like what you talking about, bro, but you kind of be off topic a little bit." I know, man. I will. It's all relative, man. You know, one thing begets another thing. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to go on that crazy ass Aquarian rod that I can take people through, and we gonna get there. You know what I mean? Um, dropping. Oh yeah, man. Hey man. Uh, the question was asked. What is legacy for me? And honestly, man, legacy for me, the spiritual part of legacy for me is being able to create some type of system where the information is preserved, and within that information it helps people overcome any obstacle. I mean, any obstacle, right? So let's just say if it's abundance and it's like, a job, right? You got people, that law of attraction coaches who ain't an actor, but they have trained actors and told them, I want you to go and give a rehearsal as if you won the Grammy. In fact, I'm gonna invite all my friends over, and we're gonna sit down, and we're gonna we're gonna act like we're the audience, and you're gonna win your Grammy. In fact, I want you to Photoshop the goddamn Grammy, and in of the movie that you got it in, and then we're gonna have that hanging up as you give your speech, and then this person wins the Grammy, right? So it don't take the instructor to have acquired that particular thing to give that information. And so again, I told y'all that's ego that be like, well, you ain't did it, so how I supposed to believe you if you ain't never did it? Don't believe that, man. Because again, the first original idea never ever come out if we gonna be like, well, shit, ain't nobody done it. Since I ain't never done it before, I can't say nothing about it. I can't draw it. I can't do it. That's bogus. Okay. Um, Now, if somebody, I ain't gonna get into how to tell, when to apply that rule. Um, but we gotta get jiggy with it, and you create it. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's part of the legacy is creating it, being able to create something that's gonna help people overcome anything. You know what I'm saying? And so, healing. You know what I'm saying, man? I got something. Man, I got a cat that's in Minister Jews, membership. You know what I'm saying? That I'm like, all right, he in a wheelchair. I'm not about to sit too still too long, bro. You know what I mean? I'm off doing some other shit, but I understand why he here. You understand what I'm saying? And so, I'm talking about get up, walk. I got time to be fucking around. Like this is we God. You know what I mean? Like we got to get going. You know what I'm saying? And the legacy for me is, helping people overcome any obstacle that frees them up, whether it be mental and or physical ailments. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the information. You know what I'm saying? Now it's about application, and it's absolutely dependent upon environment. It's absolutely the critical factor to it and whatnot. So when you say that about the information, man, it's about giving back and being able to help people grasp understanding So that frees you up, because I'm telling you, man, you can have some shit. Like I said, the moon rules my second house. It rules my money, right? So let's just say the moon is your mama. But say I got an issue with my mama. If I got a serious issue with my mom, and you cheated on my dad, man, and I ain't grow up with my dad, and if that would have been the case, but I actually did grow up with him, like that could stop my financial blessings, because that one principle rules both things for me individually. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's like the hip bones connected to the thigh bone type of vibe. You never knew that your money is not coming to you based off of this negative image that you have of your mother. You know what I'm saying? That shit's connected. But it makes sense energetic wise, because again, if your mind is constantly focused on this negative event, when you got time to be thinking about some damn prosperity and getting to the bag and getting to the expansion, and your mind is constantly within this trauma that keep replaying itself. So you can't even get to it. You ain't even got the space for it energetically. You don't even have the mental capacity. It's like a computer. You have to delete some of these old ass files. And not just delete them, go to your recycle bin and make sure that shit is empty. Okay? And then go to your cache and go clear your cookies and delete that too, because this thing is slowing down your operating system. So you got to free up some space to have more fluid energy moving. Okay? All right. Do I go by Serenity or Tropical? Tropical all day and day, man. All day and day. I'm not going to discredit Ceridio. The reason why we both get them right is because um there's only one discrepancy that we have. The discrepancy between the two systems is not the planets. So, like, let's say hypothetically, right now in the sky, Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter are all together in Capricorn. Mars is in Aries, squaring this energy. So we in agreement that the three planets are in the sky right next to each other. We in disagreement as far as what sign we say they're in. So Ceridio gonna say that shit ain't in Capricorn. You tripping? It's in Sagittarius. Can't you see? Don't it look like Sagittarius is right behind it? And I say yes, sir. It do look like Sagittarius is right behind it. And we're not tripping off the fact that it's a 90-degree angle over there to where Mars is. I'm saying Mars is in Aries. And they're saying, no, no, no. Mars is not in Aries. Mars is in Pisces. So we both are saying that we have the same angle. We just and it's the same planets. We just simply disagree on the constellation. But here's the kicker: the planets are the ball of action any goddamn way. The damn signs damn near become obsolete, because Mars is Mars, Saturn is Saturn, and Jupiter is Jupiter. It's gonna bring what it's gonna bring, right? So when these energies play out, the planetary energies are playing out. That's the active force anyway. The signs ain't the active force. It's when the planets are in certain proximity to one another or to a planet when you was born. That's the action. It's never the sign that's coming along. Oh, the sign is conjuncting your such and such. It didn't. No, that ain't what's popping. It's the planet that's the ball of action. So between these two systems, we agree that the energy is right now the sun set in the west. That's the seventh house. We agree on that because the houses simply represent the direction of space. So we don't have no discrepancy with houses. So we don't have no discrepancy of the planets. So if we saying, hey, this energy is in the western sky in the seventh house, we both saying yes, Jupiter, Pluto, Capricorn is in this seventh house. So we both got that right. Right. So it's going to be we're going to have the same phenomenon take place. So both systems really become right. But I'm going to tell you the tropical, because for example, here's a perfect example. In Ceridio, they're going to say that Uranus is in Aries. Tropical, we're going to tell you, no, he ain't. He's in Taurus. Now look at that. Uranus represents technology and Taurus represent money. Are we not in the age of Bitcoin? So it fits, right? And you can just other little things you just start to see, like, watch the personality types. You trying to sell me that Minister Jew is a Taurus? You out your rabbit. Ain't no way in hell that nigga a Taurus. Hell no. That's a Gemini all day long, right? And so you can just be able to tell just by observing. So what happens is Ceridio wants us to believe what we see with the naked eye. The problem with that is shit, I can't believe what I see with the naked eye. I did this shit called a cosmic illusion a long time ago. The moon don't change phases. It ain't never big and small and big. The sun don't rise and set. The earth is spinning into it to give the illusion that it's rising, and then it spins away from it to give the illusion that it's setting. So how am I supposed to believe what I see with the naked eye when we always traveling around the sun, but yet in our reality it appears as if the sun is coming up and down, up and down. That's bullshit. That's not happening. But our earth time reality creates the illusion as such. So you can't believe what you see with the naked eye when you're dealing with the cosmos. So then what happens is if you understand the numerical difference between the two systems, which is 23 degrees, you say, well, shit, tropical is 23 degrees and up. You guys are 23 degrees back. So why is this difference of 23 degrees? Oh shit, what a coincidence. The earth just so happens to be tilted at 23.5 degrees. Allegedly, that's what they say. Oh, since we're tilted, now it gives the illusion that things actually appear back. But what did they tell you on the side view mirror of the car? Objects appear closer than what they seem, right? So it's casting the illusion that that thing is back, and it's not back. And then plus, like I said, even if you think so, you're going to progress up to the future if you use progressions. And I know progressions are very, 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 very accurate. Okay. So even if you revert me back 23 degrees back to the previous sign, by the law of progression, I'm just going to progress up to where I was. Okay. But the illest astronomers, to me, one of the coldest, Benjamin Banneker, who designed Washington, D.C., look into his almanac. You're going to see he was dealing with 12 systems, 12 constellations, and you're going to see he was using tropical Western astrology, okay, to define this thing. So tropical all day and day for moi. All right. Nah, man, dream interpretation. You can give it to me, man, but I suck, man. Dreams are too abstract for me. They get me. But you can drop it though, but that ain't my thing. Yeah, Ben, man. Ben was serious, man. Ben was serious. For real. It's shackling. What's shackling? Yeah, Laverne, you're welcome for sure. Yep. Lex at Lex Justin shouted you out on Instagram. Oh man, tell Lex I said, man, that's what's up, man. Lex, that's my guy. So that's what's up, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Please subscribe. We've been on for 2 hours, but yeah, please subscribe. Hit the notification buttons. We may go on tomorrow, something. Saturday, man. I got class tomorrow at noon. So if you're in the Family Wealth Club, man, we gotta be on. We be on some money tomorrow, man, at 12 noon. Show y'all how to analyze some real estate deals. It's my favorite class of the month by far. So I love looking at this stuff. What do you think of Pluto and the Scorpio generation? So I think that generation is the generation that has the real sexual power to transmute um, and literally regenerate. At some point in time, the human being is going to have to purposely work the laws of regeneration. I mean, physically become younger again. And I got to salute Maya. She is a beautiful beacon of light, um, who through her lifestyle looks younger than what she did, you know, um, looks young, just looks younger now because of the lifestyle of light that she deals with. As far as eating, she's not a Scorpio, but the point is, our Nora does have Pluto in Scorpio. The point is, it's a power of regeneration that has been tapped into. So to me, that generation, I look at the extremes. Like, give me the extreme positive of a sign, planetary energy, and give me the extreme negative. I don't play with mediocrity. I don't like that. That's not my game. Give me the extreme potentials of both, and then work it out. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the power of regeneration, um, the power of relationships that can transform the dynamic of relationships. So this is like the tantric couple. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how it looks like. What it really looks like in one of its middle phases slash lower phases slash high phases. We get to see these different polarities play out. It's Cardi B and Offset. Okay, what do I mean by that? Offset crazy as fuck. 'Cause that's some shit I would do, right? Offset, they'd be on Instagram live and Offset be like, come on, man, get this thing some licky licky. And they're like, nigga, are you asking your wife to suck your D on live? Right? Yeah, nigga, like, he be that's what they be on. Not that they physically do it, but you're looking at the power of sex, and then the low side of it is this power. It's a power struggle, and it just becomes that it's a power struggle, and within relationships, and then it could be some type of secretive relationship that's taking place too, because Pluto and Scorpio represents sexual secrets, right? So then you can have that element that's in it as well. So then it's going to turn into a fight and power and custody and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? The high side again is, in my opinion, definitely is going to be because Scorpio deals with other people's money. So it's joint finances. Either it's you and your partner or you and your business partner. But it really should be you and your sexual partner, because these energies represent sex and then it represent other people's money. So it's you and your sexual partner should be having some joint accounts together. And since Pluto and Scorpio is a keyword called powerful, then this makes you two powerful in this area. So this is the generation that definitely has the green light in the cosmic pass to do sex magic for the sake of financial gain. You see what I'm saying? Because the sign and the energy rules the same shit. Other people's money, my sexual partner. Okay, you have to marry all that shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's a powerful generation. This is the freaky but powerful, and I ain't saying freaky in a nasty way, like derogatory. It's a powerful generation of tantric type of couples that will naturally start to come out as we progress and they get older. You know what I'm saying? That's what that represents, man. So that generation's dope. Because the previous generation, my generation, got Pluto and Libra. This is gonna be sort of the same, but I believe Pluto and Libra and Scorpio too for sure. But see, Libra and Scorpio are the only two zodiac signs that represents technical relationships, because Libra is who you marry and Scorpio is who you having sex with. Leo is who you having fun and romancing with, though. You know what I'm saying? So it got an element of relationship to it, but technically the relationships is Libra, Scorpio. So the Libra generation before it can have an intense power issue that's going to take place. And I think it's going to be true for Scorpio, where that energy of Pluto deals with the death and the end, and you may have to go through one major divorce, one major intense relationship debacle that's ultimately going to help you transform and spread your wings and fly. It's for the greater good of your transformation, is what that's going to be about. You know what I'm saying? So that carries over into Scorpio as well. All right. Yeah. PB Randolph for sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good question, Harmony Nine. Yeah, powerful generation, man. Yep. Yep. All right, let's take it up to 10 minutes, man. We go to 11:30. 11:30. Shit, we might as well do a midnight meditation or something. Right. Um, but I'm not even sleepy. I can't sleep. Life is getting too exciting to sleep. I'm having like 3-4 hours of sleep. So Offset, Pisces moon. What ain't Offset a Scorpio himself though? I could have swore he's a Scorpio. Takeoff is the Cancer. If I'm not, I know Takeoff Cancer because he's quiet and more reserved. And Honcho is an Aries. Oh, Sag, he right there. All right, so he is Sag. It's something with him and Cardi B. I had did them a long time ago. Maybe I did a relationship chart, some type of relationship chart. I did. I had told them about the Scorpio energy that plays out with them. So what happens is he can be a Sag, but maybe his Mercury's in Scorpio or something. It's something that deals with Scorpio between those two, where that energy is really relative. Take off a Jimmy. I could have swore he was in the Cancer. You sure? Let me see. Take off, man. Take off, man. That's my favorite Migo. Barwas. That's my favorite Migo. Where he at? Yeah, he is June 18th. Well, that's what's popping up. Yep. What June 18th, 94. Let me see something real fast. June 18th, 94. Offset, my favorite personality. Take off my favorite rap Migo. Um, when he was on that 10 Westwood joint, Takeoff went crazy. What's his let's see something. June 18th, 94. Let me see something. June 18th, 94. Let me see. June 18th, 94. He got Mercury in Cancer in retrograde. And he got Venus just hit Leo. Yeah. It says Mercury in Cancer. So I knew it was something about his Cancer. I was like, oh, that's why he's more reserved in a sense, because Mercury is the planet the location of that planet shows us how we think, how we communicate. And so since he's born in retrograde in Cancer, that's why I picked up like, okay, that makes sense. He's a little bit more reserved than the other two and whatnot. All right. Yeah. Rest in peace, Extension, man. That was crazy. Um. All right, I'm on that same video, Noble, my boy, and I'm about to start a gym and shit, man. Just been good, man. Congratulations, man. That's dope, man. That's one business my fat ass want to be a part of. Is because I see it on Instagram. Like, god damn, it seems like that's the easiest thing to blow up right now. You know what I'm saying? Is working out, personal training. We in the age of show me, and you know what I'm saying. So I think that's really dope, man. So I get liquid. I would love to keep me abreast on what y'all doing business wise. I would love, as far as the investment group, to be able to invest in something dealing with fitness. You know what I mean? For sure. I really want to make a solid in it because now's the time to do it. Um, so man, please keep me posted on that, man. For real. Do you think Leos will keep taking L's? Why you say Leos taking L's? Why you say that? The Leos are taking L's. Why y'all taking L's, Leo? Is Leo better for an Aquarius? I am an Aquarius 2374. All right, so I can't say that without looking at the chart. Okay, I got you. I thought you was meaning that too. So I can't say that without seeing the chart. I need to see the chart in totality, right? Because you may be an Aquarius, but let's just say you have Moon or Mars is in Leo. You know what I'm saying? So now it's saying like, oh, okay, you got some cosmic signatures here that suggest that Leo is going to hook you up, or be a balance. The thing with the Leo is that Leo is your counterpart. That is your opposite side of the wheel. I want to pay attention to some key factors here because when you start to get into your opposition, you're getting ready to meet your cosmic twin flame. Okay, so I don't know nothing about the regular twin flame. I got something that I know through firsthand experience. The cosmic twin flame. You will start to be able to see some very striking parallels. And so it depends on what you two have going on to answer your question. Queen Mutwa Sean Bibbins. All right. 2374. I'm curious, when is the other person's birthday? I just need I really just need the month and day. When's their birthday? I just want to figure out the sun degree of both parties. All right. So Leo is taking the L because the age of Aquarius. Oh no, what is the age of Aquarius measured by? So good freaking question. So pretty much the constellation that's rising at the precession of dealing with the precession of the equinoxes. The precession of the equinoxes go backwards. So if you notice, your regular season goes Aries, Taurus, Gemini, so forth, so forth, so forth. But the ages go backwards. The ages don't go that way. The ages is like, hey, we was just in the age of Pisces. We're about to go to Aquarius. We're not going the other way. We're going the opposite way. So something called the precession of the equinoxes. Okay. Um, and the constellation that deals with, the backdrop in the eastern sky, in a sense, when we at the equinox. All right, although the equinox is Aries for us, um, you're going to see Aquarius. And so it's just a moment, it's a movement called the precession of the equinoxes, man. And so look into it. Um, but when you start to look at and see, this is why, because see, what's going to happen is from the sidereal standpoint, it's going to look like we in Pisces. But again, you got to look at humanity. Humanity is going to tell you what's going on. Aquarius is technology. You ain't gonna get no more techie than where we at right now. Goddamn it. Where you are, it's gonna turn into the Jetsons. Uber is gonna be flying. Drones is gonna be dropping off deliveries. You understand what I'm saying? You live in the age of technology. Even the money is more techie now with crypto, right? And so everything is at the push of a button now. You dig? This is Pisces don't deal with that. Aquarius deals with that. So you're definitely in the age of Aquarius, but the age lasts 2,160 years is the time of an age. But that's a whole nother. I was showing y'all it was dealing with that science. Remember, I showed y'all the grid latitude and longitudes of Stonehenge, Newark Earth Circle, and the Newark Octagon all have base, 216. One is 2160, one is 21,600, and the other one is 216,000. And all of these places were dealing with circles. I say it again. When you're dealing with Stonehenge, you're dealing with something called the Newark Circle and the Newark Octagon. These are in Newark, Ohio. They were studying the measurements of the moon. And when you take their grid latitude and longitude for one of them, and you know how to take the, say the latitude is 57 degrees, 40 minutes, and 36 seconds. If you take it and times it, 57 times 32 times whatever, it's going to equal one. It's going to be 216,000. The other one's going to be 2,160, and the other one's going to be 21,600. That's a base 10 system dealing with the numbers. Just a zero that's off or added, because the age lasts 2,160 years, and then you want to bring it all the way down. I keep telling you, like 216. That's me, the Aquarius. That is really a base 10 of the circle. So that's circumscribing this shit. That's telling you how the motion of this thing works, man. All right. I ain't here to lie to you and pull your shit. If I don't know, I tell you I don't know. All right. But when I know, I'm telling you, that damn it, it's on. I know it. All right. Yeah. Start the social media. Constantly aspiring 1771. So is that the same? No, I'm looking for the queen. Consciously aspiring. I'm not pulling up the birth charts because you can't see it. So when I'm in that mode, I like to do the Zoom, and then y'all can see it in real time. That way it'd be more of an educative thing and whatnot. Oh, so it was 8-5. So we talking about 2-3 and 8-5. All right, so 8-5, 8-5, we dealing with a 12-degree Leo. 12-degree Leo. And 2-3, we dealing with a 13-degree Aquarius. You're dead polar opposite. See, we need to talk. Call me tomorrow at, let me prepare for class, find some deals. Call me at 2 o'clock p.m. because we need to talk. Because I think something is, I know what's starting to happen. I know how this thing works. This person is directly opposite you. And that's why I'm telling you to call me. It's because this is potentially a cosmic twin flame. So what starts to happen is, we all here will start to synchronize with one another, and because we're all here for a reason. And then if we just keep talking long enough about certain shit, everybody's going to find a striking parallel and common denominator with somebody. Okay, there's a deeper reason why we're here. We just don't really know it, or we're not in the setting yet until for it all to come out. And so, give me a call. Give me a call. And see, this is why it's important. This is really, really important, because see, the speaker, the presenter has to be important. What's important for the presenter is the bullshit that the presenter can go through can ultimately have an effect on the audience, because it's all about the vibe, right? And it could, it's a couple things that's happening. Either they're all on the same plane, or because energy is only going to do really three things. We're going to increase, we're going to neutralize each other out. And I don't like that, because that means to neutralize somebody out means you're going against them with the same amount of momentum. So in wave theory, I just give a simple example. Here's a 2-foot wave coming to shore, but there's a 2-foot wave going away from shore. When they meet, they clash and cancel each other out. So you can have a 10-foot wave coming to shore, but a 5-foot wave going out. What's going to happen? The 10-foot wave coming to shore just got reduced by 5, but it's a 5-foot wave that now hits shore. I don't like it because you're taking away, because you're going in the opposite way. So I don't even like the canceling out. So it's really only two things that can happen. Either we are congruent and we become bigger, or we subtract from one another. Okay. So maybe I'll do something on what I call cosmic string theory, where we are all connected, and the source, the one that we keep on looking at, can actually start to affect the audience. Okay. So in other words, I could go do something, meet a twin flame, whatever the case may be, and then you would start to do the same goddamn thing. But I can get on some bullshit depending on how linked you are with me and your energy and your psyche is with me. I can get on some bullshit, and you may start getting on some bullshit. Okay. But we just got to have the proper modules to be able to make the examination. You know what I'm saying? And the first base of it is, let us get together and start all having conversations and watch we start having some strange parallels to one another to show you that we won. Okay. But the law of entanglement says that since we won, this one changed, that one's going to change because we all entangled. That's the connection. Okay. All right. Do I have Cash App? I need to do a super chat on this joint. I'm gonna look into that. Cash App, the PI Group. It stands for Prosperity Investment Group. So the PI Group is the Cash App. That's nice of you if you want to send something, man. I don't require it, man. I'm really trying to. I just like to get paid for my time, in a sense, if it's a private consultation or I made something for you, in a sense, you know what I mean? That's that, man. You know what I mean? I'm not ever, hey man, donate to my thing, donate. No, 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 no. If we're gonna donate to something, to be honest with you, man, let's do two things. We can do a property, which is, you know, what we call the Inner Peace Lighthouse up in the mountains. Gonna treat it like a timeshare. You will always have access to it as long as the calendar is clear. You're a participant, a founding member of it, in a sense of your finances. Then you can say, hey man, is the calendar free? Because we may say, hey, you can come stay here a week out the year. You know what I mean? How they just treat timeshares a week out the year. As long as the calendar is empty, that's your spot. And then guess what? You can also, the calendar is empty, you may know somebody who may want to, you know, have a place to go on a quiet retreat, and you may charge them some money and stuff. So it's ways that we can do that and whatnot. But you know me, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Could have done it, but I just feel like I want to get the local real estate popping and take care of my family and make sure my people was good. You know what I'm saying? Before I just go off into the damn mountains and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're setting up the next generations, and then we can donate and we buy Minister Jew a church. All right, because I'm the mountain guy. He'd be off in the church and whatnot. And but I'm beyond. You can donate if you want to. I appreciate it. It's all good. But it's, the Cash App is the PI Group, stands for Prosperity Investment. So the Prosperity Investment Group. Harmony None, glad I found you from Dreamwise page, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Shout out to Dreamwise, man. Elboki, you just say, yeah, you're gonna hit me up. Yeah, man, hit me up, man. You know, and I'm gonna drop the number for you. Who was that? Queen, Sean Bivens. You can call it 267-403-4078. Okay. Call me tomorrow, like at 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm gonna be on 12. So call me at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern. Call me sharp because I'm very punctual. Try my best to be. But call me 2 p.m. Eastern sharp. I'll take a look at that for you in that Leo. All right. My partner is Pisces. We started talking about our business, and as soon as we made one move, everything just, yeah, man, just all you got to do. I want both of y'all, man. El Boki, seriously, man. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. It's only $37. You and your partner get on this shit, because now, see, the male, female, or the partners, period, represent conscious and subconscious. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want y'all to get on this, right? And as a couple, I want you to do the 333 money continuum. And as a couple, what you're gonna do is you're gonna open up a phone app that do the voice recorder, make sure it's clear, and then both of y'all gonna repeat at the same time. Okay. We, because it's really made for one person. So it goes, I am so happy.
I am so happy and grateful now that I receive money from real estate on a continuous basis. That's mine, right? So yours as a relationship can be, we are so happy and grateful now that we receive money from our such and such gym on a continuous basis, whatever your business name is or whatever the gym is. We are so happy and grateful now that we receive money from on a continuous basis. Give me that, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that script and then I'm gonna put the right sounds to it, frequencies to it. You know what I mean? Those meditative sounds to it, and they're tuned to certain what we call chakras and whatnot. And I'm gonna make it 33 minutes long for you, and then I'm gonna send it to you, and then that's what y'all two play. Keep it on repeat, and you don't stop until your dream is absolutely materialized. That's the expansion part that I'm talking about. Like, you, what is it that's driving you, and stay 100% focused on that all day and day. That's your expansion point. You know what I'm saying? Until it materialize. You got to retrain your mind. And the best way to do it is to retrain it with your own thoughts and your own words. Okay. All right. All right, man. So I'll see y'all later, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Let y'all hit me up if you need me. Okay. Peace.